Hi, it's Becky. In a previous tutorial, I showed how easy it is to add custom states for photographic characters in Storyline. Now I'd like to show how easily triggers can be set up so the states change automatically, as you can see during Rhonda's phone conversation. I'll close the preview and come over to the States tab, where you can see how the states are set up, and then I've added captions so that the emotions are conveyed more easily. And also, Offstage, you can see that I have some rectangles, and these are how I set the triggers up. I also color-coded them for my own benefit, just for organizational purposes. You don't have to do this. So I'll start now showing you how this works. I'll come over to Insert, and insert a rectangle. You could use whatever shape you wanted, and click and drag Offstage to place the rectangle. The next thing that I'll do is come over to the timeline and give this a name. I'll call it Serious, since that's the state that it's going to trigger. And speaking of triggers, I need to go over to the Triggers panel and start a new trigger. What I want to do is to change the state of Rhonda to Serious when the timeline starts for this rectangle. So in other words, when this rectangle appears on the timeline, Rhonda's state will change to Serious. Now I need to create a rectangle for Shocked. So I'm going to copy this rectangle, and if I hold the Control and Shift keys down while I drag the rectangle, it resizes to the same size as the first one, and it also aligns automatically. I'll come over here to the timeline and change the name to Shocked, since that's what it's going to trigger, the shocked state. Over to the Triggers tab to change this so that it does in fact change the state to Shocked. And then I'm going to change the color, which again is just something that I like to do. We need to create one more for the angry state, so I'll do another another Control Shift and drag. Come over to the timeline, name this rectangle Angry, and then come over to the Triggers area, and I can actually change it right here from this drop down. It's a little bit quicker to Angry. And then I want to change the color, so I'll make it purple. So the triggers are all set up. Now the timeline needs to be set up. Rhonda starts out happy, and then she gets serious. So I'll move this rectangle over to 2 seconds on the timeline. And again, I've set those up just for this tutorial. You could do whatever you needed to do for your own project. Then she becomes shocked, so I'll move that one over to 4 seconds. And finally, she becomes angry, so I'll move that over to 6 seconds. And let's preview it to see if it works. It's pretty easy to set these up in Storyline, so you may want to give it a try.